Hello everybody, this is Blender Steer back at it again. Okay, today we're just gonna start with adjusting the livery a little bit so that we have a better system for racing going forward. So it might be a slow day. I didn't play yesterday, Sunday. It was never intended to be a daily thing anyway. It wasn't supposed to be. I have a few new decals here. I wanted to see if I can put the .com sticker anywhere here, but maybe not there. Over right. I had to replace that one because the previous circle sticker was a gradient. It's okay, minor detail, you don't have to worry about it. The main livery that we're making is for the Porsche that we bought the other day, the last session that we did. So let me just clean things up here. Sometimes it saves, yep, it saves a different outfit. We don't need that. Yeah, it's gonna be, I think I saw on social media that Daily Race B this week is gonna give out 1,000% credit bonus, so that's probably gonna be the one that we'll be doing. Hopefully you guys don't mind, but we kind of do need the credits. Or we don't need the credits, but I want the credits. Okay, custom parts. I think we should get one of these with the positioning lights. That looks nice, yeah, because those actually work. The light that you see right there, the red one, if it lights up if one lights up, that means that the car's in first position, 2 is second, and 3 is third. Self-explanatory. The rear, I don't know if it makes any difference, but I kind of like having more details. I'm adding this one, unless there's one with even more detail. Yeah, I'm adding that one, so it has a little bit more detail. Some fender flares here, or what are they called? Louvers. Or that looks cool. I like it. Simple. Let's see, what other color should we add? I think I might want like a matte white color, if we can get one. Okay, that's matte. There's half matte and satin. I think I want to try for full matte, unless this would be for the wheel, like a powdered wheel. Half matte, satin white. Is there satin white? Of course there is. I think I want like full matte. Yeah, full matte white. It's like powder coated. So that stands out. That's the name of the game. Okay, let's we could start over, but I'll just edit the design here. Alright, I also noted down some colors. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I noted down the brand coloring here so that we actually do it right. Okay. Okay, so our brown color. Let me first remove this striping. That's pretty distracting. Let me put the wheel color on, see how it looks first. We could just use this white. Like, that's fine. But since we bought matte white, I'm gonna put that on. Yeah, that looks nice. It's clean. I used to prefer black wheels, but for some reason now, I kinda like white wheels more. We change, huh? I'm feeling to go for a more understated look like this. But I know that in official races it will look like that. It will have that. No number stickers. I'll put it on. I'll put the number stickers on so that I know to avoid that area, but then I will take it off later. Because in official races, again, they'll automatically add number stickers for your car. There's nothing you can do about it. Driver name, don't need it because we're Blender steer, obviously. I like the yellow light. It is brand color, so I'll keep it there. Okay. Sorry if it is too boring for you guys, but I'll try to do a race later. So in the description or the chapter markers, I'll put something for you to skip if you want to. If you don't want to see this. As always, I always do that. That's the actual brand color. That's the brown. It looks a little faint here. Maybe at 50% opacity would be better. Now that's the actual brown that we have for our thing, but we don't have any opacity. So maybe I need to bump up the saturation of this brown. So right now it's saturation, okay, 20, 60, 20 is our color. Bump up the saturation a little bit so it actually pops. It's barely carbon. It's mostly black, it looks like, huh? So if we do 50, maybe I'll do 80 here. Sorry, I'm just using numbers. 80, 80, 30, 80 maybe. Yeah, it's more like a chocolate brown rather than black. And I don't actually want it to be black. It's 80, 30, 40. And then maybe decrease the... I'm trying to match the color to what it looks like without opacity, but we need the opacity. We need the opacity to show the carbon underneath, because if you have no opacity, it would just look like a flat color. Before we do that though, let's change the decal texture. Instead of glossy, that looks a lot better. So that's glossy, it's too deep, right? You add a little bit more matting. I like semi-glossy. Matte is good as well. Matte's nice. Matte's always like a nice base. I might choose that for this one actually. Or semi-glossy. Matte does look pretty nice for this. Now let's go for it. Let's go for matte because we have matte wheels. No, actually no. Because it makes the actual decals look a little bit too flat. I don't like that as much. Okay. We'll eventually create a negative sticker here so that we can add a race number, or maybe just our brand there. So it'll look nice. I don't have that right now, unfortunately. Not super prepared today. So that was the old layer. I added the .com. So I think before my dot was a, yeah, see, now it's here. My dot was a text. So an actual font that I typed out. And for some reason that didn't work. But if I add the dot as a shape, like a circle, then it works. We don't want it too big, but and then yeah, as long as it fits in here. 2 clicks down. Let's see, what's the nice number? 555. I like to use these numbers, and it's easier to remember. Okay, 555 looks nice. I mean, we could add like some other details to the sides. Like for example, I'm not gonna add it right now for this, but maybe we will. Let's see. Wow, the sticker goes all the way to the edge. What's that? I don't think we need that. Yeah, we don't need that. Sometimes I add like these edges here. We could do that. Make like a red edge here. It would look kind of cool. But I don't know if that's like to signify something, so let's not do that yet. Let's not do that yet. That's clean enough today. Okay. I also like to add colors for the mirror caps here. didn't do that the other day. And this one we could use our actual color. This this is our actual brand color. The actual brown 20. Wow, it doesn't like odd numbers for some reason. I'm trying to make it perfect. Okay, it's close enough, you know. That's close enough. We're not gonna use brown. I'm just a very distracted person right now. Okay. Mirror caps. I think we can use the yellow. Let's try the yellow. So our yellow is 60, 80, 60, 80, 71. So it's a pretty bright yellow. Okay. Not super bright relative to the other yellows, but should we use that yellow or should we use white? Maybe we should use white. Our white is actually not pure white. Our white is 0094. That's simple enough. That's white. Yeah, I mean, this is not racing, but it's a part of the game that, yeah, I like white. It's a part of the game that allows you to have like a little bit more role play, almost immersion, especially when we have like a brand that we're racing for, our own brand. We're not racing for anybody else. You get to represent yourself, so might as well make it cool, you know? If you can call this cool. Do I want that kind of cap? Or do I want like a half cap? Let's stick with this for now. Whoa, that does not look right. I think opposite side. Huh, it's not symmetrical. For some reason the model isn't symmetrical enough for me to do that. But that looks good enough to me. Yeah. Usually that works pretty well. You just duplicate symmetrically and then it'll sort itself out, but not here, I guess. No problem. We made it work. That, okay, let me just hide it and then I could do another. This usually takes me a while, but I kind of know what I'm doing. Like I have an idea of what I want to do, I mean. So it hopefully doesn't take me forever. Maybe I'll just speed it up and then do some narration over or something. Because this is insane to... Have I been recording all this time? Oh, I have. Okay, thank goodness. Thank the heavens. It depends on where you apply the decal, as you see. Like, so applying it over there wasn't good. I have to try applying it here, so that it lines up properly with the geometry underneath. Does it really matter? Not really. But if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right. So, as perfect as I can make it. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, that lines up. Cool. Yeah, I like the white. I like the top white more than the edge white. Alright. Simple. Do the same thing for the wing. Just a white cap. We can do white cap or we can do like a white edge. This one maybe you can do an edge. Maybe I can do an edge here. Just like that. Like match it with the angle of the wing, which is almost 0. But more like that. Like a little bit like... Okay. Just very carefully moving the trigger here. Does that look right? Or should I do something else? The never-ending question of... Is that quite right? Okay. I could do full white. Let's experiment with this one first. And then I could try hiding it. And then add a full white layer. Usually I like to add it here and not actually on the sides. Because here you can like control how deep it goes without clipping too much. Okay, that takes that. I think that looks decent. Like that's super clean, super simple. And I believe this is still using our white, yeah? That's simpler. End caps being white like that. Okay, let's just go for that. Let's just go for it. We can add a top decal. Here we can do blendersteer.com or at blendersteer. Which one? We already have blendersteer.com on the banner. Should we go for the white color or instead so that it doesn't compete too much? Maybe a smaller version. Don't want it to be huge. Or do we? Do we want to go for that? Realistically, it should just fit in here, yeah? Let's say you were to apply it in real life. I'm not sure if I love it. Let's see if we can swap it out for just a plain blender steer. Just 80% plain blender steer. Maybe excessive to have so many branding. But usually I think people like to have like a big logo back here. So you know what? I'm just gonna go for 166 size. And then whether we want to do color. Let's try color. Let's try color and then let's try. So I'm redoing these. The other day was not as good. Above. Maybe I need to add it like at this angle, like slight angle, rather than directly to this profile. I think I like the white because the text is going to be colored already. If we have too much coloring, it looks off. I want it huge like this actually. If I can get it to look right, or maybe I have to make it smaller because it kind of stretches itself. Aligned with surface, I think there's less stretching naturally. Okay, let's work with it here. Follow with the geometry and the parts of the car. Rather than forcing it. That just looks like a heart, straight up. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind a heart representing our brand. This right here is kind of weird. And cut off the heart a little bit. We can do multiple of them. Wait, not like that. That duplicates it without respecting the logo. It just mirrors. We don't want to mirror a logo. Shapes you can mirror, but not a logo. Kind of have to move it around a little bit to accommodate for the mirrored image. Keeping the size relatively the same, or exactly the same if possible. Okay. Is that? Yeah, it's lopsided. There, more like that. This can't be exact anymore, unfortunately. I don't love that it's so close to the vent there. Okay, that's fine. It's good. We don't want to spend too long here. Famous last words. Okay, blender steer. It doesn't have to be that big. Eventually, we will have a inverted negative logo in that light. So this white panel underneath is an LED panel that lights up. If you put a shape over it, when it lights up, you're gonna see the shape, right? Obviously. So that's gonna look cool. So we don't have to do anything there. If we want, we can add another of the S below. Just colored version of it. Restore original color. Yeah. I think I might just go for the color version. Instead of having both color and white. That looks a lot better. That looks strange actually. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's the angle of it that really... So here is fine because it doesn't have to align with surface. Okay, that should help. It helps a little, but not really. Okay, fine. I'll move it here. I'll just move it as I need to. It just has to be below that. The shoulders really affects it. So if you don't apply it in the right angle, it just doesn't... It doesn't look right. Yeah. Let's abandon any idea of symmetry because the logo isn't symmetrical. It's just an uphill battle that I'm never gonna win. So the sooner I get to come to terms with it, the better. Yeah, that's good enough. Maybe like this. It's okay to cross these. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure the top of the logo doesn't get all distorted. The heart portion of it. I just remembered I haven't mirrored the blender steer icon yet. Okay, we still fit. We still fit. Yeah, I like that better. If we show these, that looks kind of strange, right? Let's get rid of it. I might move the other one a little bit more. What happens if I did this? No, it doesn't look right. Yeah, it's challenging. Sometimes it's harder than racing itself, to be honest. Because this is like kind of up to interpretation, whether or not it looks good. And then if you don't have a clear plan, as I don't right now, it's not very easy to decide, okay, that's good, you know? This is strange. The geometry of it. Okay, that's better. I have to align with camera. I thought it was, but I guess it wasn't. I think it could benefit from a few shapes to break things up. The roof. Let's add one on the roof. Can we add it here? This should be like 90 degrees. 90 degrees, cool. I'll add it like off-center like this, just because there's space for it, rather than directly middle. Just working with what I have. Okay, I think it's good. I'm just kind of repeating the same shapes over and over. Maybe that's boring. Maybe. Let's see what I can do here. Lower the opacity here. Move it around just to create like a, okay, maybe much more lower opacity than that, like 25. Kind of like a ghost version of it to give it some texture. Nah, it doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite work. It's okay. The logo itself is already kind of like that. Okay, if we add, I feel like if we added a baseboard color, so it's just a white color here. Yeah. It's very interesting how it just disappears, and then is it because it's too tall? To make it shorter, maybe? I should use a different decal and not the box. There are tall ones, long ones. Okay. I think the game likes this better. It's a white baseboard. Yeah, see? You see how it no longer pops off randomly if you use something that's closer to the geometry. Okay, just duplicate that on the opposite side, or actually this one's something that you could mirror. Maybe I need to use a different preview color, white or black. Yeah, let's just try this. It stands out so much more. That's looking good, I think, if I do say so myself. I think back here I can put the Blender Steer version. Color back here. Align with the surface of the car. Is it me, or is it slightly angled, even though I didn't angle it? I think it was slightly angled. Do you want it here, or do you want it here? Do you want it right here? Yeah, you can still see it from back there. So okay, let me apply it properly from this angle. Yeah, usually I just spend as much time as I need here, but not today. It seems like it wrapped around better when I had it in the center and then just move it over. One would think it's the other way around. Sorry about that. Rear, center. Maybe not center, but maybe just move over here instead of moving the... Instead of moving the camera, I'll just move the angle. I mean, it's angle, I'll just move the camera. Yeah, my wife hates it when I do this for too long. She's okay with me racing. She does not like me doing livery. Maybe for good reason, as you can probably tell. Okay, that looks fine. That looks good to me. Like, not too big. Opposite side, you know, one on each side like that. Understeer.com for the banner, looks nice. Should I use .com down here? Or maybe I should use the plain version down here instead of the @ Yeah, the plain version looks better there. More symmetrical. Looks good. Looks good to me. I'll add 2 more up here. Maybe one day we'll get actual sponsors, and then we won't have to have so many Blender stickers. It does look kind of silly to have that many. How weird. Okay, align with camera, looks straight, but you see how weird it looks. And this one, do I have to put it? Oh, maybe like this. Okay. It's different for each car. The geometry is different for each car. How big was the one back here? 28? So the front one should be 28 as well. That's good enough, close enough. Does it want to be here? Does it want to be up here? Does it maybe even want to be like that? No, not like that. Okay. Center like this. It's getting kind of ridiculous, huh? Windows. Okay, we can put actual window stickers. This is where people usually put the these in real life. They'll put that. So for the sake of realism, let's do that here. Something like that. Yeah, 28. Oh, perfect. 28% scale, I mean. I think something like that. It doesn't have to be centered, it just needs to be. Okay, maybe it should be a little bit over on this side. I'll just mirror this one. Yeah, that looks fine. Nice. I don't... It's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Understeer, understeer. Maybe... Let me actually put the camera down here first, because I plan to I used to have the banner kind of just running along my short videos, but I feel like that kind of branding is a bit too official. I think I mentioned that last time. Not sure how well that works for now. Maybe once the brand is bigger. Maybe once the brand is bigger, I can start, you know, trying to do more of that. But right now, it feels like a little bit too much. Too premature. So that means what I'm trying to say is if I'm racing and the car is in chase cam, then I should be able to see something like this. You know? Should be able to see that. Maybe rear wing, add a sticker in the back here. Can I? Should be able to. Trying to add it in the middle. Yeah, I can. Just adding something underneath there. Surface is fine. Like that. Not the easiest thing to see. Even bigger. Just taking up the full width. Does it take up full width? Okay, that's way too big, huh? That looks about right. Okay. That looks about right. Yeah, we need some shapes to break up all of these icons here. The main logo should maybe be a bit bigger. Something like that. Maybe that's too big. Okay. 28 again. 28 seems to be our number today. This makes the roof one a little bit redundant. Yeah. The roof one being off-centered is a bit redundant now. Cool. Wonder if I can add one back here. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe on the window. Yeah, we can add something on the window. Rear. I'll just put it up there. Try to put it in the center if I can. That looks pretty centered to me, yeah. Now add this. Align with surface so that it actually looks like it's a sticker. Maybe not there. We have some options here. Understeer, blundersteer, blundersteer. No, we should use the logo. We should use the logo somewhere. There. Maybe the one without the circle is better. It looks like a chromosomes or something, or bacteria. A worm. It's supposed to be a racetrack or a string theory. Either one of those will work for my reasoning of why I designed it the way I did. Okay, yeah. Some white shapes I think will help. Other. What is other? Okay. I'll leave that alone. I mean, we should add some arrows actually. We should add some of these details here, like toe arrows, panel opening arrows. Add to the realism of the design, even though they're not necessary. Sorry. Okay, here. That wasn't perfect, even though I spent so long. Okay, this 4 looks good. 4%, I mean. 3? I think 3's better. Let's do 3. It's harder to see, but I think 3 is better. More realistic. Point there. And I believe there were a couple back here as well. Yep. Point here. You have to point down to this part. Put your finger down there and you open the latch. Sometimes it's not pixel perfect, but I'll tell myself that it wouldn't have been pixel perfect anyway if you applied it in person. I think these would need it too, but I think not. Maybe I'll just put it there. We also need emergencies and I cannot never remember which one's where. One way to do it is to check. It started looking better. I know in the beginning, or for a long time, you'll think that, wow, this is so bad. But as soon as it comes together, you'll get used to it. I wanted to see where the emergency stickers are. They didn't even have it here. There must be other cars that have it. Let's see if I can check out a replica of Rexy. Rexy's would be good. Let's see where Rexy has it. Rexy seems to have the E on the inside and the blue electrical one on the outside. So that must be where it is then, yeah? Maybe this is a better view. Hold on, 1 second. There. Wait. No, I have to click on it. Okay, here. Loading, downloading. These liveries are probably really complicated. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, yeah. Let's just wait for the camera to change a bit here. Okay, that's not the angle we need. This is very well done. Just want to see, come on. So E on the inside. I might edit this part out because I know they don't like to have their livery being used by other people without permission. E on the inside. E on the inside. Electrical on the outside. I don't know what that's called. E on the inside. It'd be so funny if I actually got it backwards after all that. Not too big, but not too small. E on the inside. Need to rotate a little bit to match the hood. And then electrical. I don't know what it's actually called. Emergency stop or something. Aren't they both emergency? Kill switch. Extinguisher. Oh. This is the kill switch. Pointed at the actual pull tab there. It's silly, but it adds to the level of detail and immersion of the game, so I'm all for it. Like it's an actual livery, you know? And not just a fake one. One could dream. Yeah, I knew it. I knew this wasn't aligned to surface. Okay. What did we say we want to do? We could add like a layer down here above the brown. We could try to do something like this. Just a shape. Maybe something like this. Possibly. Just some texture down here. So not crazy up there like we had for the first iteration of the car. But I feel like something like this might be nice. Some patterns. Break things up. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not? The sticker is kind of funny. The window sticker. This one. It's casting an actual shadow. That's cool. We want the car to be recognizable from the front as well as the back. That means some more textures here. I know there's like an eyebrow. I don't know what you would call it. I think it's in here. This one. You know? Would you call that an eyebrow? It's kind of like matching it to this shape here. Just like that. Yeah. Don't change anything about that, just like that. Or maybe actually. The controls are kind of off right now. Let me first. Okay. No, it's not that perfect. Make it a little bit smaller, maybe. No. How does that look? Let me duplicate it first. How does that look? Breaks up the shape a little bit, yeah? Might as well add something here. Can I add something here? Real quick. Is this on top right now? It should be below the blender sphere. Why is it showing up above? Oh, it's below. It's just hard to see the blender sphere. I kind of like that actually. It's like a happy accident. Like 3 sticks. Just like this. I don't want it too zebra-y. Yeah, it's maybe a bit too much like a zebra. Let me just, instead of that, body 2, what's body 2? Oh, it's this. Instead of that, why don't we add it here? Why don't we add the stripes here? I was gonna say I don't want it on the dive planes, but then I'll just make the dive planes white so that it doesn't really even matter. Do we want that? How does that look? Forgot to switch it back to this view. Looks a little confusing. I don't think I like that. No, sir. Maybe the whole thing can be white. Maybe like this. Make it stand out. No. No. You could see how my wife would be annoyed about this. No, camera. Because the sound as well kind of gets your... the chimes. But I don't really intend to do this too often. We don't have enough credits to buy all the cars anyway. So this will just be it. Maybe we'll do one for like a Gr.4 car that we'd like to use. And then obviously when we get the manufacturer's, the Ferrari, we'll do that too. If I'm making any sense. Nice. I like it when I don't have to duplicate. Some whites really does break it up, doesn't it? Like it breaks up the shapes. It's coming together now. This is a bit too close to the louvers. That's why I wanted to make it skinnier. The louvers, if I added some red bits to the end of them, that would look cool, I think. Okay, there's some louvers there as well. Red or even white. See if I can do it cleanly and quickly. I'll show you what I mean. Let's try red. Let's just set up a full red here to use. Add that to our favorite. It's not our brand color, but 1%. Does it bleed over? Oh, it doesn't seem to bleed over. Perfect. Maybe I should listen to my own advice earlier and use this one and not the square. Yeah. Even though it wasn't causing any issues, still wanna... Maybe the edging should be like that, like a third or a fourth of that. Duplicate. Simple. Maybe we'll change it to our brand color. But I don't mind this contrast of red. Like a pop of it is healthy. A healthy pop of red. Okay, I'll take that back. It should be white. I'll take it back. Maybe it could have been thicker and would have been fine, but let's make it white. White seems okay. But even then, it's kind of unnecessary. But we did it. Let's put it there. Let's put it there, why not? There are plenty of reasons why not, but... Okay, I think back here we could also do something. Like add some whites back here. Yeah. Just the bottom, I think. Nothing else. Just that bottom bit there. So, rear. Move the camera down. Add this. Expand it horizontally. Maybe I can use a rounded rectangle and then I don't have to deal with that. Okay. No? Okay, so I just got a notification that the video is about to be over. Why is that not covered over there? That's so weird. Okay, now it's covered, but it's not covered here. And now that's covered. Okay, man. You know what? I'm just gonna mirror it here. I think we're good there. Let's just duplicate symmetrically. There you go. White seems to communicate a level of cleanliness, right? Or maybe I should just put it right here. Yeah. Let me start a new recording. Hold on. This is round 2 of the recording. Interesting. I just want it here. Can I have that? No. Maybe, you know what? Here. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. Here. Just a single bar. We're not going to have it all the way around. Just a single bar. It will comply with me eventually. I'm just going to increase the angle. That usually helps. Yeah. Make life simple. I just needed some white back here to break it up. That looks fine over there, the striping. Although maybe that's too fine of a stripe. Let's see if I can change that. Like it's one step down of a striping here. Yeah. Do we prefer that or this? I like the fine stripes actually. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of that until we find something that we're happy with. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. If we have that striping on the louvers, we probably don't need the eyebrows. Yeah. We don't need the eyebrows. Okay. We don't need the eyebrows. Blendersphere, Blendersphere, Blendersphere.com. Blendersphere. The rear wing one here needs to be, this one needs to be white. Yeah, needs to be white. Otherwise it's just too much. And the banner, I feel, is it stretched right now? Is 555 too big? Maybe we do 444? Yeah. 444. And then in that case, I think now we can add. Now we can add this on either side. Either this one or the color version. Well, I can just do I can just do this. It's just so repetitive because we have so many of them already. It's just too many of them. Yeah, maybe the one on the roof scoop is unnecessary. Maybe it's just a stripe there, like a basic Porsche type. Just a racing stripe, you know? Like this. Get longer like that. I kind of liked it more where it didn't. Okay, just like I just want to line it up with the roof, the hood here. Maybe a little bit thinner than that. Yeah. Line it up there. Okay, sir, that looks nice. Just gotta make sure it expands properly. Okay. We're getting somewhere. And we need the white shapes to break it up. Save it. Save it before anything happens. Am I missing anything? Do you think? Did we delete that? No, we didn't. It looks slightly different on white. It looks maybe not on the hood. So much of our own branding here. I think some of them has to be more monochromatic, man. Right? Or like all of them should be monochromatic except for one or something. I love it. I love the logo. Okay, so this one has to be to avoid that roof, that air intake. That is so unsymmetrical. Unsymmetrical. Forgot how to speak. That tends to happen to me sometimes. Okay. Something like that. That is too many. But we're just playing around here. I think if you add that many, you might as well embrace it. Just spam it everywhere. Like literally spam it in every surface that you can find. That's so funny. Once you're just at speed, people won't see, they won't be able to read it, of course. They'll just see a blur of brown, whites, some greens and yellows. At least it's my own brand, huh? I'm just gonna eyeball the center. I shouldn't have deleted. But that's just how I roll. Delete, redo. $28. 90 degrees, 28. 28 seems big here. We don't have to follow that same man. Okay, let me just... I wish they had a proper front view for this so that we don't have to do guesswork like we are now. No, that's better. Maybe better to have it like actually big, going outside of the bounds. Own it. Or have it inside the bounds and okay, maybe a little bit upper. Looks fine like that, looks fine like this. I just thought of something. Rather than having the white stripe be like so solid, maybe I should make it more of a gradient. Maybe. But that might be time consuming. I should maybe create some shapes inside of Affinity and then bring it over here to use. As of right now, I think it's working. Rather than... Okay. I'm just gonna do it. Wow, why does the yellow look so much darker? That should be our color. That looks more like our color. If I'm to match it by eye. That's almost perfect. Maybe slightly less saturated than that. $60? Yeah, that looks closer to than what I had over there. I noted down, like I went into Affinity, used the color picker and everything. I'm gonna use this color here at a slight angle, or should we just do that? We should maybe just do that. Alternating color, I've used green over there. So this would be green. I'm still gonna try to use our color here. Our color should be hue at 150. Saturation at 100. This looks like it. Luminance at 47. Oh, that looks dark again. What kind of HSL? Oh, I guess Gran Turismo uses HSV, not HSL. There's a slight difference. $890 saturation. 80 saturation. 95 value. It looks like this color needs to be a little bit yellower. 144. That seems to match. Okay, now it's in the wrong spot. That's okay. I can do it. I can do it like this. There. That looks nice. Yeah. Alternating colors there. Blender there, blenders there, blenders there. We use a lot of the word mark and then barely any of the logo mark. So maybe we should just use the logo here? But that would just look like nostrils because it's circular. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try something again. Just gonna keep the back stripe like this. Rather than extending it all the way. Well, I think I do have to extend it all the way. Okay. Is there a duplicate on the opposite side? No, there isn't. I just have to duplicate it and slowly move it over. I'm using the arrow key instead of using the joystick, just so that I can control the exact dimension where it's going to be. We don't want that here. I want it to be down here. The exact location of it. It's already 6:10. Yeah, we'll just go for like a quick race after this. I think I'm about ready. Okay, there you go. It's happening. It's happening. Like that. I'm just trying to create some striping. I wish the livery editor was a little bit more designed for finer control. I hope I don't lose too many subscribers from this. I promise it won't just be this. But you know what? I gotta do what makes me happy first and foremost, you know? And this makes me happy. Can you see the vision? Kind of like a gradient, you know? One more. Like that. Okay, well, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't actually hate it. Okay, yeah. How many stripes do we have over there? 4? And this has technically 4 stripes, but it looks like 3. But it'll do. Looks like a barcode again. But not as intense as the first day. So we'll take it. I want to try the eyebrow again. for now. Okay. Maybe we can cut a shape into the shoulders. It's pretty common, I think, to do for race cars. So we don't want to be too common, otherwise it defeats the purpose of having unique livery. If we have it in our color, ooh, yeah, rather than white. I can see something there. Maybe I line it up with that back part. Kind of line it up like that. It should be thicker. Okay, let me redo this. Okay, like that. Because it's kind of hard to avoid making it stick out. But I can do this. I can like embrace the fact that it sticks out. Maybe try to line it up with the air intake is a good idea. Like that. Like this. Ooh yeah, maybe like this. I'm getting excited now. Like this. So when you look at it from the side, you kind of see that it lines up in there, but I always like it when liveries respect the geometry underneath. Wow, okay. That's not gonna work, right? Because we need two colors, yeah. Oh yeah, and we have the... Okay, fine. Fine. I don't have to have it extend the whole way. I can have it be a little bit shorter and just extend up to the sides there. Just a diamond. I need to make the make it not extend as much. Make it smaller as well. Yeah, I'm happy with it for the most part. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, so we have to see what we can do about this. It's this one, isn't it? Yep. Make it smaller. Bring it up. It's kind of mysterious there. I like that. So one side shows the top and the other side shows the bottom. This one shows the top. How big is the other side? Did I scale it down? I did. I was like, how is it that much of a difference? Okay, it's about 72. There you go. That's a lot closer in scale. Maybe it should be below these lines here. Yeah. Shouldn't be above it. It's a little bit distorted. That layer above left. Okay, just like that. The issue is eventually we'll have one that is reversed over there. So it might look redundant when it's this small. When it's big, it's fine. But yeah, okay. It's kind of like what we had earlier. What would it look like here? Okay, like that. And then like that. Like this. I'm not adding a whole lot of useful commentary. Just like that, like this. Shouldn't have too many of those. Okay. We're good here. Some asymmetry is fine. For now, I think we're about done. I'm gonna add a yeah, we'll see about this. I'm just gonna remove the number sticker here, like I said I was gonna do. I want to block that out if we can help it. Okay, I'll zoom in here so I can like take a screenshot later to make it into this shape exactly, to make my reverse graphics. That's good enough. It'll just light up, so this will just light up in the end. The shoulder sticker should be a different color. So opposite of the color up there, maybe? Looks kind of Brazilian, but we have no blue, so... I'm thinking to add a duplicate one up here. Maybe in this one it'll work. Yeah. Oh, that looks nice, I think. Very simple. Okay, for some reason the line, okay, it does line up, it's just maybe slightly off. That helped. Do we want the same color or do we want to use opposing color? I think I like that. And then over here use that. Just alternate back and forth. Looks good to me. The only part right now, maybe. So it looks like this from behind. Looks like this from the front. Lots of whites. Lots of whites to break things up. And then lots of colors for contrast. A major thing that I'm thinking about right now, maybe right here I can add some coloring and we can move the blender steer stickers elsewhere, or maybe even make them like black, the front ones. If we make them brown like that, maybe. That works, actually. Yeah. Oh, no, not like that. Opposite side. Yeah, so something like this. It really does break up the shape. Right? Makes it a little bit more aggressive as well. You kind of want that. I'm gonna try to stick with the theme of alternating green and yellow. But maybe my positioning could be slightly better. Let's try it from this angle. Or maybe from this angle. It was already pretty decent, I think, but like more of that angle. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Yep, I like that better. More of an aggressive angle here. And then we'll make this one yellow. Just alternating back and forth. And this way also we don't have like a whole bunch of little blender steers everywhere. That kind of sounds like my kids or something. We could follow the lead of the back arches. Oh, the back arch looks good, huh? Like it kind of shows up in the silhouette. I like it. It looks kind of like a safety car or something. Over right. There you go, man. Now that we have colors in front, maybe it's better to not have any on the any whites on the louvers for this. Maybe it should be black. Oops, I haven't committed to that idea yet. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe just one of them needs to be black. What do you think? No, I think it looks better white. Oh, okay, we missed something there. Good catch. we didn't have the proper projection settings. So it didn't fill in completely. You see? Now that's filled in. Maybe the little stickers here should be the .com version. Legit, huh? Well, maybe not that legit. For some reason, the angling looks a little strange. Oops, I keep doing symmetrically. I'm used to that. Okay. That looks better. I almost want to make it not go all the way down the sides, because it doesn't go all the way down back there. I don't know how to do that unless I just do a simple version here. Move this one up there for organization purposes. Like here. Is what I mean. So right now it goes all the way down. If we're lazy, we can just use a shape and then mask it out. If we're not lazy, then we can actually do the shape itself. I think we deserve to be a little bit lazy right now. But after all that, you're gonna be lazy? No. Is it even worth it? No, I don't think it's even worth it. I think we're fine. If anything, just get rid of the louver ones. These. So one of those, and then one of these. Wait, no, the other. Yeah. So black louvers. That way it breaks it up. Because white was just too. We'll still keep the bottom. The bottom bumper. Splitter could be white, just like how everything else is white there. But that looks sweet. Okay. One last detail. One last detail. Like that. It kind of extends itself too far, so it goes towards the grill here. I think you can see that. I don't think it extended enough to show. Maybe a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Again, alternating the colors. Don't know if the alternating colors work here. They worked back there. I don't know if they work here. So then, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not that one. Okay, we're good. Finally, let me set up my camera now. Oops, I forgot to apply. Just getting second thoughts about those bold colors in front. they don't look too refined here. Hey, we're so close, guys. We're so close. Just stick with it for a little bit longer here. Maybe angling like this. Yeah. Like this. I needed to go all the way through. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That was not too bad at all. Okay. That looks better, I think. And then now we can restore the coloring of the louvers. I mean, the dive planes. Dive planes. Need to change it back to this. Okay. And then body 2. Show. Okay, perfect. We could do a similar thing as the one back there with the alternating color. Get rid of those. Using the stick version. Okay, not that version. The other one. The tall one. There. Alternating colors. Now can we do that? Can we... Oh, is it extending all the way out here? I don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Okay, can we make it thicker? That changes it. Okay, that's fine. It's fine that it does. What the heck? Oh, no, I thought it extended all the way to the thing, but it was just the tire itself having some stickers. Just want to make sure that the width is kind of similar, at least. I think it's like that. Ooh, it's showing up back here again. Not that I mind, but maybe I should. Okay, I think I just need to lower the depth. There. That's easy fix. I just need to see. Whoa, did I duplicate it twice? Need to see if this looks alright. Yeah, the alternating in front is kind of interesting. Now, maybe since our colors are up there, we need to use a neutral color for the lights. Yeah, that looks better. Because if it's also yellow for the lights, it looks strange. Same for the wheels, actually. Plain looks so plain. Default is like a Michelin, right? Yeah, palette sport. That's the default. Or we go for plain. Just plain Jane. Plain Jane, no tire wall. We go for this Firestone, which looks like soft tires. Or Michelin Pilot Sport like this. Kind of like that. Really white shoes. Alternating is like the whole theme here. I hope my audio's been okay. Just have to examine it from different angles. The thing here, I wish it was more aligned. Let me try. Let me try it. You know, like it should be more aligned with the base of it. As is, it doesn't really align properly. Yeah, it tends to go around it. Maybe it's inevitable, unless I do with surface or with camera. Then it'll just bleed through, and then we'll make it smaller so it's not as obvious. It doesn't cover as much of an area. No, that looks odd. Fine. We'll go for that. Or actually, we'll go for the regular blender steer. No .com. .com's already up there. The smaller it is, the less likely it'll have that issue. It's a great livery. The alternating front small line is a bit strong for my liking right now. Maybe not. I want to keep them there, but I don't want to alternate there. Maybe we just alternate between the halves of it. So one half is yellow, excuse me, or just the front. We keep the front being like that. Yeah. What about white? Always use a neutral color to break things up. No, white didn't look right. I wish that was undo, because now I have to go back and fantastic. Oh, fantastical. She's ready. Now I just need a good driver. Yeah, it'll look fine with Michelin Pilot Sport or the default, which is this yellow one. I prefer Michelin so that we can get a slightly different color in there. Now add some blue, making us slightly Brazilian. Is the blender steer back here too small? I think it's good. You don't want it too big. blender steer car. Overwrite. I'll go take a picture of this car real quick to use as our profile. Now we'll use escape mode for real. For real, okay. Yes. I don't need a tutorial. Oh no, it's making us do a tutorial. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. I hate forced tutorials sometimes. Maybe my patience is just running thin. Yes, get out of here. Where do you want to go? Random picks. Random picks. Shuffle again. I want a different spot. Cool. It's like a toy section. I like that. Very colorful. This will really pop for a profile picture, that's for sure. Okay, here. They'll probably use a telephoto lens. Where are they gonna put the car? That's awesome. Okay, so it's tiny. I want something slightly bigger than that. But I do like this one. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna put it right there. It doesn't really make our car pop though, does it? I like it, but can I add to favorite? So I can, okay, I'll add this one to favorite. So I can return to it later, I like it. But we need something that really pops the car. I like this. Okay. Maybe not. The angle is just off right now. Picky. Yosemite. Wow, that that would be nice. Let me zoom in. I don't want to tilt the camera. How do I pan? Okay. Wow. We should be at a racetrack and not Yosemite though. Headlights, high beams. Blur out the background a little bit. We'll do a panning shot. That really pops. Let's do high rendering. Oh, let's just do standard rendering first to test. Yeah. Maybe move the car back a little bit. It's really easy to do photography in here. Making it look, wow, that looks nice, man. That looks nice. Okay, let's just focus here. And then now I could do extra fine. I don't need to add any noise. Okay. It takes a bit longer to do extra fine, but I think the result would be worth it. Look at that. Save it. And then we could do one like this for the banner. Okay, I'm getting another I'm getting another message that it's been 2 hours. It's crazy. It took me 2 hours to do the livery, huh? How time flies. Here I kind of want to do a tilt so that the car itself is straight. Perfect. Just have to do the high quality version now. Looks good to me. Okay, and now you can go in here and change it. Go to options, profile photo, use the one that you took. That's perfect to me. And then cover photo. I could probably even use the same one for cover photo, to be honest. But variety is the spice of life, man. Yeah, just making sure that it's all within bounds here. Okay, I should update anytime. Okay, I updated immediately. Perfect. I love it. Okay, I'm going to end the recording now and we'll start our actual racing session shortly after.